How to watch Netflix on Nintendo Switch? It might appear ridiculous, however Netflix is not formally supported on Nintendo Swap. That mentioned, there's a workaround for this annoying concern. The Nintendo Swap has been out for over 4 years, has 2 fashions already and a third on the way in which, Switch OLED, however it's nonetheless missing within the Residence Media division. Amazingly, the Swap is lacking probably the most ubiquitous streaming service, Netflix. Nintendo has by no means commented on the omission, regardless of internet hosting apps for Hulu, Funimation, and YouTube on the eShop. And with Netflix now gone from the Wii U and 3DS, Netflix is not supported on any Nintendo console, at least not formally. In case your life is set on watching Netflix in your Nintendo Swap, it is nonetheless doable to take action with a workaround. Listed below are the steps it's good to take to observe Netflix on Nintendo Swap. How you can watch Netflix on Nintendo Swap. The one option to get Netflix operating on Nintendo Swap is so as to add Android OS to your Swap. With Android OS, you may have entry to the Google Play retailer, which clearly opens the door to putting in Netflix in addition to Android video games and different apps. There are a number of issues to think about earlier than doing this, although, in the beginning, you might be hacking your Swap by including Android 10. By doing this, you expose yourself to a number of dangers, together with utterly rendering your Swap inoperable if you happen to make a mistake. Nintendo additionally tends to ban customers from online companies if it discovers you hacked your Swap. That may imply you lose entry to online multiplayer in the Swap eShop. Putting an Android on Nintendo Swap. Earlier than you even begin with putting an Android on Swap, it's a must to discover out in case your Nintendo Swap might be hacked. You possibly can run your serial quantity by this site to see if it is doable. Many Nintendo Swap consoles and each single Nintendo Swap Lite are invulnerable to exploits at the moment. In case your Swap is not hackable, then watching Netflix on it merely is not doable at the moment. In case you're tremendous with the dangers and your Swap is hackable, you possibly can comply with the setup steps outlined on the XDA Developers Forum post. It isn't an extremely difficult course however you do need to be a bit tech savvy to do it. You will additionally want a high-speed microSD card with not less than 16 GB of storage in addition to a USB-C cable to attach out of your Swap to your PC. Operating Android, and watching Netflix, on Nintendo Swap. As soon as you put an Android on Nintendo Swap, you'll successfully flip your console into an Android pill. That mentioned, you possibly can nonetheless boot the console with a unique working system to play Swap video games. When booted in Android mode, although, you might have entry to the Google Play retailer, you'll set up Netflix in addition to different Android apps.